The Lawton Fire Prevention Office is going to be doing a fire safety scavenger hunt in the community.
Here with us today is Jason Romero, Fire Marshal of the Lawton Fire Department, and Kyle Nyhart as well to tell us all about the event. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us about this scavenger hunt that y'all are putting on.
So, during October we have our Fire Safety Week, which is always really great and beneficial for our kids in school. But we don't really see a lot of things throughout the year from us, so that's something that we really want to try to do. And we're collaborating with a public library, which is going to be fantastic to join with them during their summer kickoff. So we're going to have a little fire scavenger hunt for the kids and parents to kind of understand some of the fire dangers and fire safety procedures they should really look for and follow during the summertime when the kids are home a little bit more than they normally are.
When and where is this going to be? So
it's going to be at the public library on May 31st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
So walk me through it. What is the scavenger hunt? How does this work? What are some of the tips that kids are going to be learning?
So definitely we're going to go through and have a little sheet for the kids to fill out, and they're going to be just going through and looking for certain items around there, and it's going to spell out a special little secret phrase, you can say. And what they're going to do is once they find that little phrase, they're going to come to us and we'll give them a little goodie bag and stuff like that. But they'll be learning, where should you meet up if you ever are around a fire. If you are on fire, you should just hop up and roll. And just those fire safety tips that they do learn in school that they may have forgotten, and just adding a couple extra throughout that for us going into the summertime. And with 4th of July coming up, fireworks are going to be a big fire safety issue sometimes for kids, so they'll get a little learning with their parents for that as well.
So you're helping people through a lot of fire tips, right?
Doing what we can, yes sir.
Yeah. Who all would you encourage to attend?
So any school-age child and parents that are free that time, please come out and also enjoy the public library. You can come and enjoy our scavenger hunt and the knowledge that we can kind of give out to the community. But the collaboration with the library is going to be fantastic because they have a lot of great things and great knowledge there to begin with, and we're lucky enough to be able to collaborate with them.
Great.
Now, this isn't just for kids, so y'all are hoping parents kind of learn a couple things or maybe refresh their memories.
Exactly.
Absolutely. When we do our Fire Prevention Week, it's not uncommon for teachers who have kids in school age to come up to us and tell us stories about what the kids learned in Fire Prevention Week. They came home and told their parents not to do something or to be careful with matches. And so there's a lot of things I think as a parent that you don't see as a hazard because you're not a child anymore. And he had mentioned earlier that we typically do our Fire Prevention Week in October, but it's really important for us to be in the community year-round. We've had some businesses reach out to us about partnering or making donations, so you'll have to show up to see what shows up. But it's, we want to be a part of the community more than we ever have before, and we think that this is a good start to hopefully a lot more programs to come throughout the year.
Okay. We still have a little bit of time in the interview, guys. Anything else you'd like to highlight?
Just with summer coming along, it's right around the corner, and I know there's a lot of downtime going into it, and having the kids home a lot more. I especially know having little kids being home all the time, how much more they can get into.
Yeah.
So getting that extra knowledge, not just to the kids but to the parents, to understand there's kind of fire safety issues all over if the kids find it, and a kid's going to find it wherever it's going to be. So just being able to mitigate that as much as possible would be great.
Okay.
Well, thank you both for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.